All right, good morning traders. Welcome to the All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap. We'll be going through the live order flow analysis, forward-looking in Bookmap for any market that you want. Usually we start with the S&P E-mini, and for a lot of times it'll just stop right there. No one wants to look at anything else except the S&P. That's fine, whatever it is. So the goal here is that we'll understand the behavior by the participants in the auction process so that we can read their behavior and understand it in the order flow, because that's how they participate, is via orders. So the order flow can give you an edge in here, and that's why we're here. So we'll understand that, and then we'll look for the movement of where a price might go. All right, we have a couple of things. Like tomorrow we have our weekly onboarding webinar. So if you're new to Bookmap and you want to get up and running using Bookmap, we'll log into the bookmap.com website. We'll subscribe to data. We'll download and install the platform and get you up and running. All right, so that's what we'll do tomorrow, 1 p.m. East Coast time on Tuesday. And then we have our new supply and demand course that is on the bookmap.com learning center. Let me show you where. If you go to bookmap.com and then you click on education here, that'll bring you to the learning center. Here in the learning center, you'll see the new course, the supply and demand setups. This is the kind of material we're going to go through right now in this webinar. When we see there's like 10 setups in here. So any of these setups that you see in here, we will cover them in the live market. All right, if you have any questions as well, these are very short videos. As you can see, I think the longest one is 4.5 minutes. Shortest one is like 2.5 or less than 2.5 minutes. Okay, so a lot are like, somewhere between 2 and 3 minutes basically. And we'll go through this in the live market so that you can apply it. Learn from the video. It's a very concise video. Then we're going to apply it in the live market. All right, so anyway, it's exclusively on the Learning Center. You can't find it anywhere else. So go to the bookmap.com Learning Center simply by clicking on that education button, and that'll take you right to it. Okay. All right. General disclosure: all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, so let me jump over here to the chat in Discord. All right, good morning, everybody. Alois, Trading's Life, Stephen, Duzman, Luciano. Excellent. All right, so you guys, let me know if you have any questions about some of these setups in here and what might work for you. I'll put the links into the chat for the onboarding webinar tomorrow in YouTube, as well as the Learning Center link here for you guys. Okay, so the Learning Center is free. Okay, I don't think that's going to be always the case. Well, it'll always be the case, but you will have to have logged in to bookmap.com, so you'll have to register at bookmap.com to have access in the near future. So you might as well go now, and if you don't want to sign up, basically. All right, so here is the Learning Center link. That should be helpful there, and let's put it over here in Discord as well. Okay. Also, our Discord channel, free and open to all. You will need to have bookmap.com credentials. So just log into Bookmap. That's it. Sign up, and then you have free access to all the materials and traders in the in the Discord channel. All right, let's jump in. Let's take a look here. What's going on in the S&P E-mini? And we have been covering our kind of big picture top-down approach which is a PDF. Actually, it's in the Learning Center, or in the I'm sorry, in Discord. This prep plan is very simple, but it covers the most important parts here. We want to understand the impetus that's moving the market. This is usually the fundamentals. Okay, so economic calendar events or geopolitical events. This is really what moves the market in the bigger picture, and then also some technicals, but bigger picture technicals first. You know, your daily, maybe your weekly, and start to understand acceptance, rejection, certain areas, and where a price reacted previously. You can also look at your, point of control, your VWAP, or whatever it is. Maybe you start to drill down into the overnight sessions, high and low, or the today's high and low, etc. And then we're going to develop an outlook for the day. And this is really important part here, to consider through the different scenarios of where we think is going to happen with the price action. Consider the setups that work for this environment, and we'll look for them. And then that's when we jump down into the order flow in Bookmap. The criteria in the setups, and it's it's in the Learning Center, in the strategies there, and then the trade management. So we will take live positions in here if we see something, so that we can show you it's not a trading room whatsoever. In fact, a lot of times we'll just take trades to just experiment and see what happens. We think that this is going to happen. Let's see. Anyway, the goal here is to show. Let me open up the trade window here. Is to show the trade management, because that's a huge part of trading. Is trade management, entry, exit, and then managing along the way, scaling in and out. However it is that you manage the trade, risk to reward, all of these kinds of things. Just showing, a setup is half the battle, really, even less than that, I think. But anyway, we want the bigger picture, what's moving the market. Then we look at the day, the opportunities, what's happening for the day in our outlook, then the strategies, and down to the setup and the management. Okay, all right, so let's jump in here, and what do we see? All right, so off to the races here. You can see in the bigger picture. Well, I'm sorry, for today, 9:30 cash open. Look at this move to the upside, super strong, and nice volume here. Funny to see it kind of going up here on not so much volume, but once we got back up above this 25, 26 level up here, the volume on the buy side picked up. Now, why do we see such a strong move in here? This is really funny price action. This is something that we actually were looking for on Friday, and this is Friday right here. This the 16th. Okay, this is the daily candlestick chart over here on the left-hand side. The hourly in the middle, and then on the right-hand side we have the 15-minute. Okay, so Friday, after several days and then smaller candles, and coming up into some of the levels up in here on the daily chart from previous price action back in March, early March, we're looking for kind of a choppy day, and you can see it went back and forth quite a bit. I mean, you can see the at least during our session, it went back and forth, and yeah, it was like actually right in here. We were looking for this a choppy day. Maybe this was it. God, I can't quite place it. But looking for some chop and looking for a slowdown here after several up days, and we can see it in the candles that it was starting to slow down. This was because we had on this Monday here, we had was a 90-day on the tariffs, 90-day reprieve with China. That's extremely bullish. It changes everything. And then the next day we had good CPI data, so we continued. and you can see it was the entire week was bullish here. And what was funny was the sell-off here on Friday. You can see that a pretty brutal sell-off at the close, after the close, and we were kind of looking for that chop. Well, the chop came really later in the day, and just wiped out everybody. Look what it did. I mean, this is, nasty stuff. Strong sell-off down below this 59.15 swing down here, or 18, down into where these buyers came in this area in here. And here it is on the 15-minute chart over here. So look at us going right back up and now filling the gap. Okay, right back up into, well, we're getting up into the at least price action fill right up here. The true gap fill would be up here around 72 and a half or so is what I'm showing. But I'm imagining we're going to see some take profits up in this area right now, and maybe some sellers starting to initiate as well. Okay, we'll see though. This is why we're going to look at the order flow now. Okay, so now we've got our bigger picture technicals and our bigger picture economic outlook here. There's not a lot of economic events this week, right? So that's pretty typical. End of the month, mid to end of the month, there's not a whole lot. Thursday, I guess we have some flash services and manufacturing PMI, unemployment claims, and existing home sales. So we don't have a lot, right? It's going to be geopolitical stuff that the market's going to be reacting to, and the technicals on the higher time frame, right? So anyway, let's jump in. Let's take a look at some of the order flow here, and what we're seeing so far is we're still seeing strength. Okay, we just looked at that bigger picture thinking we're probably going to get a slowdown here at some point as we start to get up into these that at least that price action gap fill. So what we're going to look for on the way up here is lots of liquidity getting filled on the offer. Okay, we want to see the transactions unfold, and then we're going to look for some selling or at least exhaustion, and then the selling to come in. Okay, now we're starting to see some of that right now. In fact, boy, it would be really nice if this was high liquidity up here, right into this big volume dot here, but it might be an iceberg. But you can see then we could say this is absorption, exhaustion, and then starting to see some sellers come in. Okay, and that can be a potential reversal. But I don't think we're there yet. In fact, we're just seeing some sellers take it down a little bit into some of the liquidity down here, and so we're going to get kind of a mild pullback for the moment. Okay, so anyway, I want to see this liquidity in here at 60 transact. I want to see these guys on the bid here show that they really mean business, that they want to trade. Okay, and then we're looking for one of the things we're looking for, and that's one of the setups, okay, from the Learning Center, right here in that new supply and demand setups course, is this one, the trendline break and accumulation, which I keep saying I got to change the name to passive accumulation followed by aggressive accumulation. Okay, so that's what we're looking for in here, and that would be a quite a strong setup, I think, if we can get that passive accumulation in here, and I don't see it yet. So I'm looking for some chop, basically, in this little zone here. All right, hope that makes sense. Any questions so far over on Discord? Anybody? Or how about over on YouTube? Okay, let's see. We do have a question here. Why does the heat map look so different than mine? It really depends on a whole bunch of settings. So let's go through and try to make this. So if you're looking at the ES here now, this is rhythmic data. I usually have it connected to my Bookmap data. So it would say BMD here at BMD instead of at rhythmic. Today I'm with rhythmic though. So let's do this. That shouldn't matter. Both are showing the same thing, and both are high quality data. All right, so let's do this. Okay, so we're going to zoom. We're going to click on the time slices here, and let's show. Let's go with half an hour. Maybe you have half an hour of data already. So this is choose that time slice and then zoom vertically as much as you can. And the zoom I have here is recenter on auto best bid and offer. And then now let's click on the heat map here, and go to heat map settings here, or you can go up to studies configuration here and then go to heat map, and then we'll hit the restore button here. Okay, so you should see this. Okay, it should be exactly the same. This is the default setting here. Okay, so your heat map should look similar to mine. If you have half an hour of data, you zoom vertically, and you have the default setting. Okay, that should do the trick. Can we show stops and icebergs? Absolutely. Yep. Let's put it on the chart. Okay, this is looking good, guys. So look at this. We have our passive absorption here, or they're getting filled. Now we don't have yet, though, the other side of that trade. They were looking for the aggressors to come in. Now this right here so far does not look like it might be enough. It might be if we can get back up above these aggressive sellers here. Right now, this is a low volume pullback. Okay, in fact, we'll take a shot at it here. Now, again, this is not a trading room, but here's what I'm going to do. I am going, even though we see that the passive orders are getting filled, I'm not seeing the aggressors. Okay, so I am going with the aggressive side on the sell side here, thinking they still have more supply. Now, in the setup, we recommend to take profit here at the bottom of the range, okay, and then hold for a runner. Okay, so anyway, that I probably should have taken some profit there. Now, I wouldn't have gotten much out of that, but it is a low volume pullback. Okay, so we'll go through this setup in just a minute here. But let's see if we can get, we just might be kind of chopping around in here and looking for, again, sellers to hit the bid hard and then trade into some of this liquidity. Now, as we went through the setup in the video, okay, what we're looking for is then we can look at a measured move and then start to line this up with some of the liquidity in here. Now, I'm not really seeing it. I mean, it would be maybe down here at 52 or the figure, half figure at 59.50. Okay, well, maybe that's it. Or maybe we see the high liquidity here at 55 or 56, and maybe we take some profit there. It's up to you on your risk profile. Okay, I would recommend that when you start with this setup in here, take some off at the bottom of the range. Okay, because now we might get a nice trending move out of it, but what we want to do is build confidence in the setup. Okay, this setup works, and I'm not gonna, I don't have any data to show you, but it's just, you know, after looking at this for so many years, the low volume pullback in here, it makes sense, and I'll tell why it works, and we will build out you know, some figures for you guys. Okay, or you should on your own build out some figures. Okay, so we just took some off and it's still trending down. Okay, but we are in a huge uptrend, so this was a safer bet. Okay, just to hit a single here. Okay, so we got in a little late. It should have gotten in probably maybe in here, or we can even see some of the exhaustion up in here and we can get in. Does that make sense? Like, if you don't see that, the buying up in here, you're going with that sell strength and then trading it down to the bottom of the range, take some off, and then try to hold for maybe the runner. And that would probably be around this 51 or 50 area down here. All right. So, and we are getting that move. Anyway, let's, this is the important step though. First step. In my opinion, I don't know how you guys feel about it. I would love to get your feedback. over in Discord. If you guys have been playing around with this, Laura, for example, you're in here. So this first step in here is a fantastic way to take a trade, take some off, and look for the next one, and get really good at this strategy in here, because it happens so often. Let's turn on the stops and icebergs, as I think Luciano had asked for, or somebody had asked for. Well, let's do that first, and we'll get some additional insight in here. Stops and iceberg on the sub chart, as well as on chart. There it is. Okay. Great. Okay, let's get rid of our P&L here, and also cumulative volume delta. We'll just look at sub chart stops and icebergs. Okay, all right. So let's see, any kind of additions in here that might have helped us with this setup. This one up here looks really good, to be honest. You've got both a stop run and icebergs getting filled on the offer in here. There's quite a few on the bid here as well, so that makes it a little more convoluted. But look at the stop runs here, guys, on the way up. This is great. This offers that additional insight. So we're trading up into higher liquidity. Now, we noted this would have loved to have seen higher liquidity up here, and we didn't quite get it. But we have high liquidity here and here getting filled, and we didn't hit this one, just a little bit higher. Okay, I would love to have seen that. I would have demoed this really well. Anyway, they're on the bid in here, and yet we see sellers come in, drop it lower, some heavier selling coming in, and then chopping around in here, and then our sellers come in. Now, they did trade into that high liquidity all the way through, but we didn't find the aggressive side. Okay, so we just found the passive side. Without aggressors, this is what happens. Okay, now we're seeing the aggressors, right? After filling all of this high liquidity. Okay, so now we are bullish, right? So I'm going to actually, this is what I'm going to do on this one, just so we can demo this, is I'm going to get in now. Okay, I'm going to move my stop down. And then I'm also going to put in, so this is only half a position here. And again, guys, this is only demo. It's not a trade room. It's not a trade recommendation. I just want to show this example in here, that even with this horrible entry here, we'd look for a pullback actually to about here. Right, so around 51, we can look for a pullback, because here's what we're looking for. We took the low volume pullback setup here. Okay, we already took that one, and that was this one here from the Learning Center, and then now this one, the trend line break and accumulation is what we're looking for, right? So if you want to review those, so I have half a position on up here, and then I'm putting down, looking actually for a low volume pullback in here as well. But it's more like we saw the aggressive accumulation. I'm sorry, we saw the passive accumulation on the bid looking good. We know that the buyers are getting filled in these areas here. Okay, and then we're looking for, when do the aggressors come in? Now we just got filled here, right? Now we got to manage the risk. Okay, so I'm going to move my stop to let's put it down to about here, thinking that okay, this is where these aggressors came in around 48, 49 here. I'm looking for them to come in again. How can we manage this? Probably one of the best ways is let's take off at the top of the range here, where our first position kind of was, right in front of this high liquidity here. Okay, and that will take some off and reduce some of the risk first, okay, if we get this move. And then we'll look for another one, our runner, up here near high of the day. We'll move that up to about 63 up here. This might turn into a bit of a flag pattern as well, on a small time frame here. Aggressors, pullback, aggressors. Let's see if they follow through, though. That's the big question. It would be a very small flag pattern. For this pattern to work, there's a couple things here. This would be our trend line, right? And break of it. And there's a horizontal line. We can also kind of, we're testing that right now. Now we're looking for our aggressors. Okay. It would have been nicer to see this is pretty good on the buy side. It would be better to see even more. When this pattern really works, we're at kind of lows of the day. We've seen massive liquidity on the bid getting filled, and then those aggressors come in, and you see the volume dots here. These green dots will dwarf some of those selling dots in here, and that's when this pattern will really work quite well. Okay, this one's a little different here. We're already up pretty high, right? So are we going to get it? Are we going to get the continuation? If this had been like down here, and we saw this pattern, it would have been a lot nicer. Okay, let's see. Are we going to get follow through here? This is a big question right here. Do we see the aggressors now? Do buyers want to take this higher? Okay, and we don't know yet. Okay, the best offer came up. There we go. Okay, so we're out our first leg. We can move our stop up. I'm going to move it up to here underneath 50 actually, and this liquidity here at 50. Okay, and then we'll hold for our runner. Okay, now our runner, where are we going to take our profit? Let's take a look again here. We can do another measured move in here of a range. Okay, I like the measured moves. I think there's reasons why it works out, but you guys don't have to. I mean, you look at anything, whatever helps you. Maybe it's a fib level, maybe it's swings, maybe it's volume profile, high volume nodes, whatever it might be. Great. So you can align some of those ideas together. Just align it with high liquidity would be my recommendation. Okay, so for example, maybe this is a little too lofty. Maybe we just look for a move up to here. Okay, so then I'll get in front of this liquidity here at 60. Okay, and that'll be my final target on this one. Okay, I can move my stop up to break even or pretty close to it. Give it a little bit of breathing room. Okay, but I'm looking for the aggressors to come in. If I don't see them, which it's kind of exhausting out here, but here they go. Let's see if they have the power here, okay? And they can move it up into this liquidity here. If I see the sellers starting to come in, then I can exit the position as well. Why give away the profits? Okay, that's one way to manage it. Just put it that way. Okay, so we traded into that high liquidity there at 58. Let's see if we can go a little bit higher. What is the final gap fill on this one here? Okay, so that would be up here around 72, right? So you can see how this price action gap here kind of worked. 64, and then we see a couple of big wicks there. You guys still over there with me in all markets chat room? I don't. I guess no questions. Just guess it's kind of quiet over there. Anyone? Anyone? Trading is life. Okay, Steven, thank you. See you guys typing now. Okay, excellent. Yeah, focusing on your trades. Way to go, Steven. Oh, don't be sorry. That's what you should be doing. Absolutely. Okay, Mr. B and trading is life. Okay, excellent. Guys, please, it is not a trading room. You know, this is in fact, you know, I can give you this file later and you can replay it in replay mode. You know, we're seeing it happen in live market here. And again, we don't know what's going to happen here. What we can know is the participants' behavior. And that we can know. And then based off of that behavior, we start to look for what is more likely to unfold in the order flow. Okay, and we'll just manage our risk in here along the way. Okay, so for example, you can see price is kind of struggling up after it traded into this liquidity here. So let's see, does it struggle again? If it struggles again, you can get out up here, right? You don't have to, like, you would hit a double here, not a single. You know, and that's fine. You know, that's good enough. Just build some confidence in here. And we're not trying to hit a home run. Okay, we're filled. All right, great. So it came up just above these little swings here, and then that in front of that high liquidity here at 59.50 and 59 3/4 basically. So that's it. That we're done, right, with that setup. Okay. Now, yeah, it would have been better with the measured move, you know, somewhere up a little bit above 60, but we had the liquidity here in front. We wanted to be in front of that 59 liquidity. Okay, and this might turn into, we might go to highs of the day. Okay, it kind of looks like it. And then are we going to kick ourselves though? No, I'm not. Like, we're just looking for these simple moves to unfold and look for the next one. Okay, now I don't know, you know, how you guys feel about it, like trading is life or Steven. You know, my mental state after this, this is how I kind of feel about it, and I think it's valid to cover. Is I'm looking for the next one. I'm kind of charged up a little bit, and you know, it worked, and I kept it simple. I know what I'm looking for, and I'm building that confidence in it. Okay, now it doesn't have to be this setup. Trade however whatever resonates with you. We're just covering these simple supply and demand setups from this course in here because we have it documented. And these are pretty universal. They can apply to a VWAP trader, volume profile trader, indicators trader, you know, any kind of trader. These are pretty universal. So you know, that's why we wanted to cover supply and demand in here. Okay, because this is what makes up the markets, and it's order flow. It is orders. It has to be. Without orders, you don't have a market. It's as simple as that. Anyway, just wondering about how you guys are any of this resonating with you. They just want your stops. No, it's, you know, you start to look for these things, Stephen, and you know, you'll see them. Now, do you want to be a buyer up here? I don't want to be a buyer here. I see this big volume dot, and you know, I see a stop run here, and we traded into this high liquidity here though. Okay, so after trading into high liquidity, you know, I'm hesitant. Okay, this transaction took place right here. Okay, into this high liquidity. Okay, it broke out from this little range, and maybe it will continue, but I'm not seeing follow through at the moment. And if we start to see some absorption followed by exhaustion, and we see some selling coming in, it's more likely we'll come back down to the bottom of the range or in the middle of the range at least, right? More of a mean reversion for this very small range trade. You're saving. Okay, excellent, Stephen. It's great to hear. It's resonating with you. Save that mental capital in hair. Yeah, that's true. But you know, it's that positive reinforcement, I think, you know, that is really helpful. And you know, you once it's so once you start to have some losses, and maybe your trade management is kind of screwy, then your mentality can really change, shift, and focus into something very negative. And that's what we want to avoid. You trying to make it back. Is it coming back to break even? I just want to get out of this trade at break even. You know, now you know, you're out of control. So the first thing that you need is to know that it works, that your setup works. Okay, now the setup here for us, you know, we're looking at this kind of top-down, bigger picture approach by looking at you know, our preparation plan here. Okay, now this is such a basic plan. We should probably detail it out more, but at least we have something there, skeletal, you know, foundation or basis here, and then we can build upon that. So yeah, so like, you know, look at the people in pain right now, right? We're going to see this move to the downside here, and we're going to see some big stop runs here, most likely. Okay, or I don't know, maybe if you're really if there's a lot of bullish traders in here, then, you know, maybe this is a deal down here. Okay, it's a low volume node in here. And you know, maybe it's a deal. It's bottom of this range in here, and this would be your value area, right? This whole area here would be your value area. Our measured move turns into our value area now, as you can see. Okay, so maybe this is at the bottom of value, so it's at a discount. So trade it back into value, however you want to trade. Now, if you were looking for that though, what would you want to see? Okay, that would help in the order flow in that area. You know, you'd want to see on the bid high liquidity getting filled in here, right? Again, the same setup from this one here, this trend line break and accumulation. Okay, we want to see that passive accumulation followed by aggressive accumulation. And we have a little bit of it, but not good enough really to hang our hats on here. And you can see the trend line break already. And I'm sorry, like I gave you kind of a hard time, Stephen, last Bookmap Academy meeting about the trend line break, because it's not about so much the trend line break. It's really about the structure, and I'm just using this diagonal as a structure. You can also see a horizontal structure right here, right? It's right here at this area here, and here's our volume coming in, right? Now this kind of worked out. At least it came back into the range, and now you can see it's failing. Okay, but why is this? I mean, we didn't have such a good setup here. You know, it's more like kind of a range bound trade, maybe back into the mean, but we really want to see this high liquidity getting filled on the bid on the way down, then maybe some chop around in here, and then the aggressors to come in. Okay, now we kind of got that, but you can see we didn't get any follow through here. And in my opinion, it's because we don't have all these passive buyers on our side. Okay, so it's chopping, right? So we'll avoid that. We'll look for our prime setups. Time to take a walk to the kitchen. Okay, literally like one step at a time. Stephen, like hit these singles. I've seen you do it a million times. Just I know you're a good trader, Stephen. I know you can do this. I think consistency. Just stick with that one setup, right? This is what we've been saying, like for the Bookmap Academy. For those of you interested in that Bookmap Academy, okay, go to bookmap.com, the more button. This is all free, so this is not a plug. Click on the link there for Academy under Community, under the more button, and go through this, right? You don't have to even have, well, you have to have Bookmap, but you can have a free version of Bookmap, and there's no cost to this if you want to get set up in the Bookmap Academy. Okay, read through it. It's a coaching and mentoring program, and you can actually get Bookmap for free. And there's a pathway here to becoming a coach and becoming a streamer, etc. So why I just covered that? Well, Steven's a member of Bookmap Academy, and he submitted some, as he always does, some great markups and charting, journaling his trade activity, and we gave some feedback on it, right? And it's just one of the things that, or I recall some of the feedback being like, some of the technical things that we look at or we hear about and read and seen videos for years, why do they work? What's behind them? And that's where I think once you start to kind of have that mindset, it can be very, very helpful of why these things work. Not just because many people have covered the setup. Right? So a trend line and a break of it just means that this diagonal value area is questioned, is starting to break it. Okay? And then it started a new one in here now. Okay, let's take a look at that one, for example. So we'll look at this one here. Okay. In fact, we can use the new trend channel. Let's take a look at that one. In fact, we'll just cancel all our drawings. Go back up to the drawing tool, click on it, and we will go to channel tool. And let's mark up a channel here. This one's getting pretty aggressive, so we're going to go with an aggressive channel. Okay, so I just drew it. Now I'm going to click on edit or E, and then we're going to draw out this channel. Okay, so this is now the diagonal value area, and we're trending into low volume node. Do we have liquidity? Are they getting filled on the bid? Okay, these are some of the questions to ask. All right, so looks pretty good here and here. All right, so now do we get our aggressors? Yeah, they're starting to show up. All right, so this is better. Okay, so in fact, let's see if we get some aggressors up here, we can even jump in. Okay, and let's see if we can get a move just up to the top of this range here. Okay, and we are, and we're filled. Okay, again, this is a very small single to hit. It's more like a bunt, I guess. But we just did a counter trend trade, and from the middle of the range on up to the top of the range here, well, bottom of the range, I don't know, whatever, in the channel here. Okay, so and you can see it. Well, this was much stronger, and we're actually now breaking the channel. And the reason being, in my opinion, is because look at all of the liquidity getting filled on the bid. Okay, we combine that to low volume node. Okay, and then we look for, so we know the passive buyers are here. We know that. They're getting filled, but we don't know still how much supply the rest of the sellers have, the aggressive sellers, the red dots here. We don't know that answer yet. So that's why I'm just looking for getting up to the top of this little diagonal channel here. That's it. And then getting out. Okay, because I don't know if it will turn around over here yet. I saw some aggressors come in, but it's pretty small. It was pretty small amount here. So I didn't have a whole lot. I do have the passive buyers on the bid getting filled, and I saw some aggressors. So I'm just looking for a move up to the next level of high liquidity, which was right here at this 52.5 here, and that did get filled. And we get a little bit of a pause after it filled, and we get a little more aggressive demand in here that took it up to this level here. Okay. And there's still aggressive demand coming in. Okay, so let's see if they can reach up to 58 or 60 again. Okay, where it dropped from earlier, just recently. All right. All right, Mr. B, using Global Plus, working great so far. Good to hear. I don't know, Stephen, like, boy, I mean, you are kind of a special breed because of your patience. I mean, you are extremely patient from what I've seen. And I'm not. I wish I had it. I'm not as patient as you are. You will sit and you will wait. And as a trader, that is, I think, it's kind of a superpower. Okay? And then you need to react, and then isn't it called greed? I don't think so. No, I think you're more kind of like, well, I'm waiting for this thing to happen, and then once it happens, you are looking for a reaction in the direction that you think it should go. So I don't know. I keep on coming back to this. I think this is a great answer. Is from our Bookmap Academy slide here. Is to building out your playbook. Okay, journaling to build out your playbook. This is really what we're looking for, and we've covered this in recent weeks. We built this out a little bit better. It's much more focused now. Our higher time frame impetus, what's moving the market, our higher time frame levels, our time of day. These are really, really important. This is before we even get to our checklist. And our setup, and I think we've added in here, and I think it's a good addition in the checklist, is to look for your order flow event as well. Okay, because that's the advantage here in Bookmap, is you can look for that order flow event. Okay, and in the setups we've been going through, the order flow event is getting filled on the bid, and then that passive accumulation, and then the aggressors coming in. Okay, so you might see a stop run. We went over Valley Fans. I don't know if Valley Fan is in here today. Yeah, he is. There he is. So we went over Valley Fans. He's a stock trader, and we saw really beautiful setup where we had a lot of liquidity on the bid. It was Microsoft at 117, or was it AMD? Maybe it was AMD at 117 or something. And then we traded into that. Your cam level was there, and then we traded through it, and you could tell it was a stop run. We don't know for sure, but it really looked like it because it was such a flush through. and then price came back up to where it dropped from at 117 and chopped around for a little bit, and then the aggressors came in. Okay, and you got in there. It was beautiful. So it was a great, and that's your setup, because you got your pivot point level, and then you're looking for some sort of order flow event, and that order flow event did unfold in Bookmap. Okay, it's just it's too bad we can't get stops and icebergs in stocks at this time. It's just not the same data as CME. So for futures, anyway, I know what you're looking for. You're looking for your hammer at your cam levels. So you, in effect, are looking for an order flow event, and you got it. It went through your cam level, and you bought when it came back over, and you saw the aggressors come in. And you do. I've seen you do this trade a million, well, not a million times, but many times. That's your setup. Okay, so that putting those together is an edge. So I'm using an example through you, Valley fan. I know that you don't need to hear all that. There you go, DNT. Yep. Build out that playbook. Exactly. I've seen you do it several times, DNT. Take one of these and go through it. I mean, I think you're putting those pieces together. I've seen you put it together many times over. You know, different setups that you have, different things, and I think just stick with one though, and focus on that one, and then build that edge. And then I think you're gonna trust that one setup yourself. You're gonna make it your own, and that's where, once you've made it your own, you've got a lot of confidence in that setup. Right? So that's where the back testing, building out that plan, coming up with like 20 different markups of that setup at a minimum, 20. Put that together. Now you can start to still use that replay mode, and then start to forward test it. Okay, forward test it though only in demo first, and then once you've got maybe some of the trade management down with it, okay, now you can start to forward test it with micros, and then you can get into minis, and then once you've got it down and you know what you're looking for and it's working, and you built and you're managing the risk, right? You're managing it properly. Once you've built that that playbook there, you're going to start scaling it. And you're going to start looking for a little bit bigger size. Okay? And if it's done right, like carefully or without annihilating yourself, which I wouldn't. I'm not saying you would do that, DNT. I'm just saying there's a lot of risk out there, like the supposed Trump tweets right now. And the market reacts to it. Like you can get annihilated. What are the risks involved? How can you protect yourself against some of these risks? You stepped away for a minute, Valley fan, and you're back. Now we just kind of, I was just covering your trade that you went over in the academy last Thursday. Okay, that this might be it here as well. We didn't really see the big stop run here, but it's kind of similar. Like it was at 117 in AMD, right? And high liquidity in here. It hit it, it traded it, big red dot, and then it maybe chopped around a little bit, and then it flushed through, came right back up to 117. You start to see the aggressive buyers. I know that's and it's at your cam level. Okay, so you had a beautiful confluence of events. And then you got aggressive, you waited for it, you took your trade. It actually did something similar here. It kind of did a double bottom test, or it retested basically again that 117 level before it took off. Okay. Yeah. So now this one's starting to work out. Like, you know, here you can see the aggressors coming back in. And now, I I don't find an edge right now in this, okay, because it's gone too far. The And I don't know if yeah, maybe we would have seen it, maybe that we traded again into high liquidity here, and we have high liquidity on the bid here. Now they didn't get filled, but we do have the aggressors coming in here and aggressors again here. So it's a little bit different pattern in here. We don't really see all of the passive accumulation in here, but the aggressive accumulation is starting to look pretty good in here, right? And again, structure was broken, right? So this structure was broken, and this structure was broken here too. Okay. Now, you might have been looking at this pattern like years ago in candlesticks, but now we've got order flow behind it to tell you. It's more likely. If you now, I don't know how likely this one would be, because we have high liquidity here. This is good that they're bidding up at this higher level here where it broke out from. But we just don't see the sellers engage. We don't see a whole lot of accumulation here passively. And then they're bidding up again under here. And we do get the aggressors, right? So now up here is, you know, would be the first place to reduce some risk. Okay, we don't know if it's going to continue or not, because we don't see that passive participants in here so much accumulating. I would imagine we're going to see a move back down to here, probably where it broke out from, this structure, you know, to retest that structure. Now, if we had a lot of liquidity filled here on the bid at this higher level, and we had these aggressors, I think we'd probably come back up to 60, or it would be more likely. Again, we don't know. It's just we just know that there are more buyers in here than in this example right now. Oh, cool. Okay, so you're building out your playbook and recording yourself along the way. Way to go, DNT. Don't you know, keep it simple. Keep it really, really simple. You know what you're looking for. So don't, you know, get too advanced and then you go, oh God, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No, I didn't do it today and I don't want to do it. I'm kind of getting tired of it. This is all counterproductive. Just keep it simple. I'm looking for a simple setup again and again and again, and I want to start to manage it in a way where I can make a little bit of money out of it and build confidence. Then you can scale it, and you can do all sorts of things you want with it. All right, let me see if there's any questions over on YouTube. Ooh, sorry guys, I kind of lost track here a little bit. Yeah, we've got a lot of questions. Great. The Chase Patrol, did I answer your question? Were you able to kind of duplicate what my heat map looks like with your compared to yours? Should have worked, more or less. I mean, it's not going to be, you know, extremely precise, just because of probably the vertical zoom or something. But yeah, it should be pretty dang close. Yeah, the Sniper Trader, the Bookmap Academy require content creation and sharing. Yeah, it's a big part of it, and if you're not into it, then maybe it's not for you. Here, let me show you why or what I mean, because I think it's a great program. I really like it, and I really like our community. We got some great traders. Everyone's been really good and supportive, and they've come up with some amazing content. Okay, Chase Patrol, you're over now in Discord. Excellent. You jumped over. Okay, it's all clear and it worked. Okay, good, good. All right, so you're looking at the same heat map then. Let me show you here the Bookmap Academy. Just jump over to it quickly. Let me show you where it is, and you go to Bookmap here, and then you'll scroll down a little bit, and you can see general, divider here, and then Bookmap Academy is the next divider. And you can just click on Bookmap Academy right here, and then you can go through here and look at the trade markups. Now look, this is what I mean by being supportive. And it's up to you. If it's not for you, it's not for you. That's fine. But here, Coyote Man put this together here, right? And he has a checklist in here of what he's looking for. Okay, he's kind of new, I think, to the academy. But here, look at someone who's been in here for a while. Someone like, or he's a coach, Vinny. He's looking at something extremely specific. Okay, he's got his demand zone in here. We basically the same setup in here that we've been covering. That look at all that liquidity on the bid getting filled in here, and then you see the breakout of that demand section, pullback, and then a move back up. He's got his checklist here, what he's looking for as it comes into those areas, and where he's looking to get entered or filled in the market, and then where he's looking to take some profit. Okay, now this is fantastic because he has very clearly marked up what he's looking for. He knows what he's looking for. He's got his risk reward in here, his target, everything. He's got the date, and now he's also communicated this to others. So not just to himself, but to others, and then he's getting feedback as well. Okay, so systematic summary, systematic approach, and follow through. Beautiful, right? And then it gets really great discussions going in here, and that's a big part of the community. All right. Or Bookmap Academy community, I should be more specific there. Yeah, sorry, Sniper Trader. I kind of went off on a diatribe there, and I'm back though answering you guys' questions. Yeah, I don't really use the DOM, Luciano, too much. I mean, I'll tell you why. I mean, you know, a COB column here is really, this is your price ladder here. You know, this is the liquidity on the offer, liquidity on the bid. Okay. It's great. I mean, it's very helpful to see this kind of level 2 depth, but what we do in Bookmap is we take this and plot it on the chart historically. So now I have a reference, or I have a confluence or context between liquidity, price action, and volume, right? All in one chart. Okay, so I don't have to look at time and sales. I don't have to look at a DOM. I see it here in the heat map. Okay, so the heat map is showing me that liquidity, and I can see when they came in, how long they've been in, did they add, did they pull, did they transact? All right, I don't know. I find it easier, and what I really like, the DOM is the here and the now, showing you what's happening exactly right now. But once this liquidity changes in here in the DOM, you don't know what was there before. In Bookmap, it's recorded. So right now here, 93 contracts down here, they just pulled and added up a little bit higher. Would you even know that they added up, you know, added it one tick higher? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe your eyes weren't down there, but you can see this gives me insight. This is a bot in here. Okay, that is kind of shadowing price right now. Okay, but it is down here, what, 53 compared to like 56. So it's like 3 points away or so. Right? So now I know this player is a bot. That gives me some insight. And I know that bot actually, look here, it got filled right here. This I can't get from the DOM. Okay, so that bot came in here, and then right in here, look, it kind of stuck. Somebody stuck. It got stuck in the market, or they left their liquidity in here and they got filled. And then look at the move out of that area. Okay, so it gives me additional insight. I can't get this from a DOM. I can't get this from time and sales. Right, and I know that time and sales are looking good on the buy side here as they're going through. I know the aggressors are coming in. I don't have to look at it either. I know a lot of traders like to, and that's fine. It's great. It's great information. It's everything. Knowing your DOM and your time and sales. But I got it here in a composite view, and I have it historically. So those time and sales already went through. I have the information in front of me here, and I find this very helpful. Right now, look at the action up here right now. I find this helpful. I know that this is kind of like a, I don't know, not a danger zone or anything, but it's like there's some interest up here. It's getting interesting. Look at that high liquidity up here at 60, and then now down a little lower at 59.5. Okay, and also bidding up here. And they just transacted here. This 58 liquidity here. You see these sellers come in. Now look at this though. See, this is interesting. For me at least, I find it interesting that there's more supply in here than there is demand on the bid. These sellers traded into it and through it, no problem. So we found some sellers now. So now, are we going to get a reversal? Are we going to see a low volume pullback? It depends on the time frame in here. We can zoom out and look at maybe different time frames in here. Like right now, you can look for, well, let's see, and this is what we'll even take a shot at it here, right? If I see some selling coming in right here, there we go. All right, I'll take a shot at this and I'll try to hit a single. Now, I don't think this is a great setup. Let me preface that, and it's definitely not a trading room. Okay, I have my reasons why I don't think this is a great setup, because we're still trending up. Okay, and we didn't trade into the high liquidity up here, right? So it's more likely we will come back up and trade into the high liquidity. But just to demo this example here, there's high liquidity here on the bid, and it filled. There's more sellers, so we're probably going to find more selling or more supply if we come back up here. Okay, and we're getting a bit of a pullback right now. Okay, now where will we look to take some profit on this? Well, maybe here. This is not a bad area actually, right here, because you can even see on a very small time frame, it broke it, and then it went higher here, right? Okay, so now we're filled. So our idea kind of worked out. It's not, I don't think it's a great setup, but it worked out, and based off of this idea right here, and based off of what you brought up, this question about the DOM or time and sales, etc. So this is the way that you can kind of, I think you can kind of extrapolate some of that depth of market in your DOM or price ladder over to this chart in Bookmap with the historical view of it. So it's both the current and historical view of it. Okay, which I think is the added bonus here by using Bookmap. All right, so let me see here. Let me get to more of your questions in here. Sorry to didn't mean to abandon you guys over in YouTube. Yeah, we've got the stream of the NQ. We'll take a look. Let me get through the rest of the questions. Which type of Bookmap subscription is needed for the basic footprint? I forget. I believe it's Global Plus, but let's check it out here. Okay, go to bookmap.com, click on pricing. That'll take you to this whole package and pricing comparisons, and then we'll scroll down to the add-on section here, and then here's footprint, right? Okay, so footprint you don't get with these versions here, the free Global Plus, Global. I mean, Digital Plus, Global. You'll have to get Global Plus for the footprint. Okay, so there's your check mark there. I believe we'll see. You might be able to access a lot of the add-ons to test in the digital free version. We've talked about it. So it would be in replay mode basically. Which, yeah, I don't know about that actually. Like you can't use replay mode right now. But I think no, it's not replay mode. It's you have delayed data, and with the delayed data, you can look at the add-ons. Okay, that's what we've been talking about. All right, so that should answer that question. Let me see here. Oh, and in terms of sharing outside, Sniper Trader, in terms of marketing for Bookmap is what you're talking about. It's for you. Let me emphasize this and underscore this. That Bookmap Academy is for you as a trader to get better. And the journaling is great because you'll have to do the work, and you'll have to get it down on paper basically. But now you're journaling though, and you're going to build out your playbook. Okay, and you're going to get feedback from others. Okay, it's not marketing material for Bookmap. It's for you and for the community. Anyway, yeah, every now and then I think we may have like shared in the yeah, I just want to be transparent about it, Sniper Trader. I hear you, and I don't think that's would I participate if Bookmap's gonna be pasting my trades all over the place. Let me show you what else we do, just so you know. Okay, there is under the more button here, there's insights. We may put your insight up here. Okay, and again, this is within Bookmap, and it is out to the public. But this is again, it's a collection of. You can see the tags in here. VWAP, checklist, tight stop, Bookmap Academy, risk to reward. Gold here is John. 412 in here, who has made some amazing trades and is very active in our Bookmap Academy. Okay, and someone to not just shadow here, but I mean, like, learn from, and he's take some of these ideas and put it into your journaling because they're crystal clear. He does a pretty amazing job. Anyway, so you might find some of your trades in here, but these are picked from the Academy. You might even find some in here. Let me show you another place that you might find your markup, your trade markups here, journaling. If you go to our Bookmap Discord and then go to news here. Okay, so under the news section here, you can see our Bookmap trade of the week, and actually it's John 412. Okay, so you can see his trade in here. And now this is on the Discord server here, but this is basically it's a mass email. This is our digest here. Okay, we send out a digest like I don't know, every other week or whenever we have a lot of important information to communicate to you. Yeah, this is the digest here, right? All right, so you may find it there as well. But as you can see, it's like one out of many that are on there. All right, just want to be on the level with you guys. Okay, Tom. Thank you, Tom Quimby. You do not feel abandoned. Uh, yeah, I just it. We've got two different chat streams flowing in here. It's fine. I'd try to get to both of them, guys. I want to look at NQ. We got to go back to that. Yeah, Arnie, you will need to get verified, and that means you'll have to have to get into Discord. You'll probably see the verification page here, right? So you'll need to go through this process. Maybe you'll see only these four here: verification help and who's online and our traders count. You might only see, I think it's maybe just these two that you see. Okay, so you need to register it. You can read Dan's comments in here. You'll need to register your email at bookmap.com. And once you have that, then you can go through the verification process here by clicking getting started. And then you should be fine. Okay. You'll first, there's one caveat on this process in here, is you first need to be a part of Discord. That's its own server and its own system. There's nothing we can do there. You'll just have to be on Discord first, and then you want to get access to our server, you'll need to have a bookmap.com registered email. Okay, that should answer your question there. All right, guys, let's see here. I've been answering a lot of questions. We haven't really seen too much, and we didn't really see too much in the price action here either. So it's been quite choppy. We kind of covered this one here that maybe will come up to, well, we got a pullback here actually to that liquidity here. It retested where we kind of thought it might, and then it came back up and it finally did trade into that high liquidity up here at 60. Oh yeah, and then we did take this little trade here. Again, we didn't think it was good. We just wanted to demo this. Okay, look, there's more supply than there is demand here. More supply by the aggressive traders here. Okay, they traded into and through that. So now we're looking for a pullback. It is a low volume pullback. Okay, look at the high volume here. And then look at the volume on the buy side. Okay, compare the dots, compare the location of the dots, and compare also the bars. And that once we saw sellers come in here, we got in. And then we're just looking to take some profit down to here, and that was it. Right? Because we don't know if, at this point, it was a bigger picture. We're still trending up, basically. And we didn't see this kind of turnover of from demand to supply. So just sort of like bunted a single there, basically. Okay, I think I'm caught up with my questions. Okay, Arnie, if you like the dome, fantastic. We've got a really great dome. It's excellent. Here, I'll bring it up for you guys. If you haven't seen the Dome Pro, it's excellent. So yeah, here we go, and you've got all sorts of columns in here. Delta columns, volume columns for overall volume column. You can split it out by aggressor. You can look at the delta of each buy minus sell in here, and then yeah, you've got a whole bunch of other features in here as well. Okay, so yeah, really very professional dome here if you prefer that. Now you can use that along with the heat map too. I'm sorry, you're right. Why do I keep calling you? So it's Amy. I'm sorry, Amy. That's my eyes. I thought I saw an R and an N. It's not an A and an M. My bad. My apologies. All All right, guys, we're coming to the end of our stream. You don't understand how, Sniper Trader, how to verify in Discord. So are you a member in Discord first? So once you're a member in Discord, then the next step is to verify. So this is what I would recommend. Come into verification here and read through Dan's comments in here, and then if you need help, you can go to the help section here. Read through Dan's section. He put together a really nice PDF here, onboarding PDF, the registration button here for bookmap.com. So you can click on that. If you still need help, click on Dan's name and ask him. He can help you out, get you onboarded into our Bookmap Discord. All right, guys, let's see here. Okay, Amy, you're already on Discord. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm not sure what to tell you there on the delay maybe on YouTube. There's going to be a delay, and I know that if it's sped up at a higher rate and more kind of to the minute or second on YouTube, that a lot of times there are gaps, or it buffers a certain amount of data, so you get a smoother transition if there's problems over on YouTube. But yeah, like Alois is saying, that maybe just go over to Discord. And he says you're already on it, so I don't know why don't you want to watch the stream over there? You can. We're streaming live here first, and you can click on that, and you go to you'll see it here, right? All markets room is click on that, and click on this, and you can pop this out, and you can look at the stream right here. Get that correct. Yeah. There you go. Okay, so yeah, now it's infinite mirror here. Wow, that's pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, you can watch the stream over here. Just make sure to pop it out basically. And then the chat is over here, as you can see, and we're chatting in this room here. Okay, so all the chat is all the text chat is in here. Then the streaming though is in here. Okay. Hope that helps. Amy, if you're not a part of the Academy too, I don't know, that might be something you want to look into deeper. Come to the Academy events. All right, guys. Anyways, past my time. Tom B is up next. So go over to Tom's room. He's a volume profile trader. If you want to see some how to apply some of that to order flow in Bookmap. Right? All right, guys. Other than that, I continue with your journaling. Look at some of these order flow events that we're looking for in Bookmap, and some of these setups in here, like we covered. I will have it in a setups checklist probably in the next week or two. So you can even use the setups checklist add-on in here. Again, it's free. There's no cost to it, and build out your setup in your checklist right here, and start to grade it as well. So like we said, like some of these setups were not so great. Well, then don't give it a good grade, you know. And then once you start to get good at this in here of like filtering what you're looking for in your setup, this is a flag pattern in here. Once you start to see the price action or the setup within the market, you can start to look for a higher probability setup as well. Again, that's part of the markup and journaling process. All right. Okay, guys. Well, I think that does it. Hit the like button, please, over on YouTube if you can. That always helps us. Subscribe to the channel. Better yet, just come over to Discord. You're going to get a lot more in terms of community over there. Thanks for coming, everybody, and we will catch up with you tomorrow, same time at 10 o'clock Eastern. Okay, have a good day. Bye-bye.